Welcome back to my channel. This video is about glass and glass technology. I recently saw a new glass technology which I didn't know a lot about, and I've thought about it ever since because it's pretty amazing, and I just thought it was really worthy to show you exactly what I saw and the incredible capabilities that it's got. So I decided to buy the first glass and steel house in the UK, which is behind me, and it was built in the 50s, so it was pretty much single glazed. It wasn't very well insulated, as well as it could be at the time, and it didn't perform particularly well. A lot of it gave up as it got older, so obviously I had to bring it up to new modern building regulation standards. And when I was looking at the glass, the windows, the doors, it was so confusing because there were so many choices. I needed to meet building regs, but that's all I needed to do. And now, knowing what I know now, I would have exceeded building regs for the benefit of saving energy. And so when I saw this particular product, I thought to myself, if I'd have known about this at the time that I'd have built my house, I would have definitely spent the extra money and potentially used this product. Glass is incredible, okay? It's used absolutely everywhere, pretty much in everything we do in life, and it goes back a long way. I did a quick Google search. 100 AD it was used by the Romans, and then it was pretty much just used through the ages in important buildings like churches and cathedrals, sort of up to the 17th century. And then it became more commonplace being used in houses, and it replaced things like paper parchment or parchment paper and bone, believe it or not. So it's always been an incredible product, something that we just cannot do without, and probably the most common building material used in every single building, pretty much without fail. Anyway, here's my look at this incredible product. Something that I've heard about and yet I haven't seen is something called passive glass. Now, there's so much talk about passive houses these days as well, and when it comes to glass and glazing, it's a real minefield. You talk about a double glazed unit, a manufacturer will say, well, what thickness do you need the glass? How big do you want your cavity? What do you want to achieve? What's the U values? So this is something completely different. Ruth, come and tell me exactly what I'm looking at here. This is what?
Okay, so this is what we call a piece of vacuum glazing. This is passive glass, and even in this very thin profile, it outperforms triple glazing both thermally and acoustically.
I can't understand how something so thin with, well, has it actually got a cavity, can outperform triple glazing. Okay, so you'll have to explain how it will do that.
So this particular piece is two 5mm pieces of glass with a 0.15 space in the middle, which houses these micro pillars that stop the glass from touching. And that is basically how the vacuum is formed once it goes through the processing.
Straight away I can see that these little pillars there form the cavity. Okay, so you can hardly see them with a naked eye, especially with my eyes as well. And to demonstrate this, I heard that you can demonstrate this with heat.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Is this what we're looking at behind us?
So this booth is actually heated to an internal temperature at the moment of 57 degrees. And we've got an ambient temperature of 20 degrees, and we've got 4 pieces of glass, all different, single glazing, double glazing, A-rated double glazing, and then a piece of vacuum glazing. And it basically shows the heat transfer coming through each different type of glass.
So take me to the typical glass that we use on site, double glazed unit.
Okay, just a double glazed unit. This is like an older performing double glazed unit.
Yeah.
So this isn't argon filled, and you can feel that the external temperature here is 34 degrees, so it's quite a lot of heat passing through.
So we're sending 57 degrees inside. And I'm feeling 34 right now.
Yeah,
34.
yeah.
Okay, and in the room it's 20 degrees.
Exactly.
Okay. So yeah, that's a typical unit, and that's it's quite a lot of heat coming through.
There is a lot of heat now.
And of course, it's coming from the inside. It's coming from the outside in. The cold.
That's what you're losing from your home. It basically just exhibits how much heat is leaving your house.
And then what we're moving on to here?
Well, if we go the other way around, this is the vacuum glazing. So this side is your single glazing.
Yep.
So this is your period buildings where you've got timber frames, and it is literally like standing next to a radiator.
Yep.
So we've got an external temperature here of 42 degrees.
Fine. You'd expect that, wouldn't you?
Yes, exactly.
And so this could just be like 6mm float or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. But now into the frames that you can house this 6mm glass, you can put a product that outperforms triple glazing.
Yeah, because altogether we've got 0.15.
Yes, yeah.
So
we can go down lower.
Millimeters or so.
Yeah, we can do this in 8mm as well, and you can actually get 6.15.
So 3 point something.
So we've got a 3 and a 3 with the 0.15, or you can have a 4 and a 4.15. 5 and the 5, or we can go up to 6 and a 6, which is a 12 mil.
Amazing. So that is incredible. Of course, you'd expect that to be like roasted.
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
And then the next one is?
This one is an A-rated piece of glass.
A-rated, yeah.
Yeah,
So single.
This is a double.
Double as well,
again. Yeah. So this goes up to 34.
Yeah. And that's 34, which is similar to the one on the other side.
It is quite similar, yeah.
And yet this is supposedly
a
superior product to the other side.
Yeah.
And then lastly,
we've
is
got
your
our
glass.
vacuum glazing, which at the moment now we have a beautiful 22 degrees.
Which is basically the temperature of the room.
Yes, yeah,
So,
absolutely.
I mean, that is incredible, isn't it? I still can't get my head around how something so thin, like that, something so thin can do that job. So this is ideal for listed buildings, anywhere where you've got, you know, you need single glazing because it looks like single glazing.
Absolutely. What we haven't mentioned is its acoustic properties.
Right.
So in this product here, it's got 36 decibels of sound reduction.
What does that compare to a typical double glazed unit? I mean,
oh, good.
Because numbers are all right, but I don't know what the difference is.
It outperforms triple.
Triple,
Yeah.
So if I was to take my glass out of my, at home, I'm lucky enough to have built an indoor pool. Okay, so I put some really nice aluminium windows in there, of course, with double glazed units. If I was to take out those double glazed units, which are probably typical like this, which is 4, 24. So I've got a 4 mil pane, 20 mil cavity, 4 mil pane. And they must have like they got the self-cleaning glass. But that wouldn't affect the performance, of course. How would I then deal with such a big rebate, and would you be able to make it?
Yeah, absolutely. So here we have our Passive Glass Ultimate units, where you've got a piece of vacuum glazing, a spacer bar, and just a 4 mil piece of glass. And that basically just provides you with a vehicle to house and fit into any frame
It's not
profile.
just going to be really good thermally and sound, it's going to be bomb-proof. I mean, look at that.
We can add laminates, etc. to the glass.
To actually strengthen it up,
for strengthening purposes.
And so, obviously, this is going to be expensive, but if you're the energy saving, I spend a lot of money on energy because we keep the pool water to 31 degrees, which means it creates a lot of heat in the room, which obviously will escape and create condensations. We've got dehumidifier running the whole time as well. It's a very controlled environment. So this would actually reduce all of those costs. So let's say a typical unit is, say, I don't know what typical units are. They're £100 a metre or something like that?
An A-rated about 120.
Yeah, and what would this be per square metre?
Okay, so direct to customer, you are looking at about 255 a metre squared.
Okay, which actually, when you consider a door, a typical door, say, 2'6" pane of glass by 6'6" tall, it's less than 2 square metres. So it's under £500. And of course there must be economy of scale. If I was having 10 units done as a job, of course that per square metre rate is much more favourable because we're doing a job.
I mean, we also had a customer, I can give you an example, he had a whole house, lovely big house of A-rated units fitted about 9 years ago. He decided to come back to us and he refitted the whole house of vacuum glazing, and he did his smart meter for the 4 months the year before to the 4 months after he had that vacuum glazing fitted, and it was a 19% energy reduction. The only change in his property was the
and that was a 19 over. He measured that over 4 months.
Over 4 months,
and he's having
winter months.
So say 20%. So he's cutting his energy by a fifth. And at the moment, the prices of a kilowatt of electricity is 26 pence or thereabouts if you're lucky enough. So that's an incredible
it's a substantial saving. When you're just changing one component. And that was without changing the frames. That was just the glass.
So this is definitely something which is going to, I think it's going to do really well. But like all changes, people are scared of change. And you've got resistance from all sorts of people. No, it's just it's not for me. But I like it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's a really good innovation, especially for renovations and that sort of stuff, where you can only use a single glaze. And go back to what you said, the thinnest you can do is 3 mil.
Well, it's a 6 mil, 6.15. Then we've got 8.15, 10.15 and 12.15.
Brilliant. All right, Ruth.
Thank you very
so much.
That's great. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Cheers.